Hello, friends. So recently I read A Gathering of Water by Bernice Mcfadden, and I give this book a 5 out of 5, and here's why. So I am Camille Claiborne, your favorite book club moderator. So recently I read A Gathering of Water by Bernice McFadden, and I give this book a 5 out of 5, and here's why. So I really did enjoy this book. It is listed as historical fiction. And when I read the premise of the book or the synopsis of the book, it takes place in Money, Mississippi. And, most of us know Money, Mississippi as a place where Emmett Till was tragically murdered, however long ago, right? He certainly put Money, Mississippi on the map, right? So when I read the book, it talked about that it was going to be about sort of the love story between Emmett Till and this young woman that occurred in Money, Mississippi prior to him being murdered. I will say, once you start reading the book, um, there's sort of I put love story in quotation marks because they were very young people. It happens um, pretty much at the end of the book. For the most part, the book focuses on the people of Money, Mississippi. So I will say that I am a recently, rededicated my life to Christ kind of person. So when the book opens and it's discussing spirits and all these things, I almost put the book down. But I decided, because you know how, like, when you're new to something, you can be a little overzealous. Um, but I did decide to keep reading, and I'm glad I did because I really did enjoy this book. And while I don't know that I agree with like ghosts and spirits, I will say that sometimes certain areas or certain people can just have a bad, um, you can just kind of maybe get bad vibes from people, or people can possess evil spirits in my mind. And so this book kind of explores sort of the evil spirits and relationships of Money, Mississippi. So it's like short vignettes of people in Money, Mississippi, and they're all sort of interrelated in different ways. And so some of the themes in the book are certainly marriage, interracial dating, and I guess and family, of course, definitely family. Because I think the idea of marriage, I think especially between the 1950s and the 1960s, sometimes people got married not always out of love, but more out of convenience or situation. And so like one of the characters, um, she finds out that she is pregnant. And so she of course gets married. And another character gets married, Tess. She isn't pregnant, but it's like, well, what else, what are her other prospects? Coming from this small town, and there's a boy that's interested in her, so why not, marry him? And then, sort of maybe love comes later. So I really did like this book. Told a great story. I think so this is my fourth Bernice McFadden book. So I've read Sugar, which is my all-time favorite. I read Bitter Earth, which is the follow-up to Sugar. I've read Camilla's Roses, and now I've read The Gathering of Water. And I will say Bernice McFadden, I don't know why she's not more well known. Um, so her writing to me is very Toni Morrison-esque. And I hate saying that because, like, they're individual. She's her own person, right? But number one, they both write about Black people and the Black experience, and they have a way of writing about sexuality that is kind of beautiful, right? Even when it's not so beautiful. And they have a way of writing about Black people. Um, and it's like ordinary people, right? Like these people could be your cousin, could be your auntie, could be your friend, ordinary people, but they give them this mystique or this magic about them that I really like enjoy. And I would say if Toni Morrison is the crescendo in the sense that she's had um her books adapted into movies, in the sense that most of us have read of at least one Toni Morrison book or heard of at least one Toni Morrison book. And the Toni Morrison's books are read on college campuses. Certainly I read Sula as a college student. I think Bernice McFadden is like in alignment with that, or at least should be, right? Her books really will tug at your heartstrings. Her books will make you think, reevaluate things, and she just beautifully writes about the Black experience. Um, so yeah, I think if you have the time, you should read Gathering of Water. It's a great it's a great book. I think that she writes about Emmett Till and the Emmett Till um that situation in a great way because I think sometimes you kind of focus on the murder of Emmett Till and you forget that he was like a young person, right? And so she kind of explores sort of the childlike side of Emmett Till. And then also I think um everything surrounding that, right? Because I think it's you think about the vulnerability of Black people at that time where somebody can just come into your home and remove one of your family members, right? And you don't even have a way to really protect them. Um, but I really did like this book and yeah, I think you'll enjoy the characters and some of the situations are just like um so if you had the time, check out A Gathering of Water. I'm pretty sure that if you are a person who likes to read about Black people, if you are a person who likes historical fiction, you will like this book. I will guarantee it. So happy reading, friends.